ashwagandha and L-theanine in a pre-workout. Bold move. What's happening, guys? Hope your day's going well. Today we're going to review ADONIS Complex pre-workout. There she is. We're going to go over the ingredients so you know what you're putting in your body. And we'll go over the effects on this bad boy. So first we get the flavor out of the way. They sent me all their flavors. They have 3 different flavors: Skittles, Fruit Punch, and Blue Raspberry. This is Blue Raspberry right here. And my favorite flavor is Skittles. And then Fruit Punch. Can't go wrong with Fruit Punch. And then the Blue Raspberry. And it's not that the Blue Raspberry is bad or one's actually better than the other. It's just my preference. They all taste really good. This is just a little too sour for me. It's got kind of a kick, a candy kick to it, and I'm not a sweet tooth. So enough of that. Jumping right into the label here. We got 1 scoop, 26 grams, and just so you know, 1 flat level packed scoop is 22 grams. So hopefully they correct that. So if you don't have a food scale, which surprises me that some of you don't, but if you don't have a food scale and this is something you're interested in, you got to get a heaping scoop to get that 26 grams. One big ass heaping scoop is going to be right on to 26 grams. And there's 20 servings in this. So it's not bad. It's a fully loaded pre-workout. And that's pretty much what we're running into. So right on the top of the label, we have focus and mood. So we got some caffeine, 200 milligrams. And that's pretty much all the stems that are in this thing. So not bad. If you're looking for a low-end stem hitter and the effects that I'm going to describe to you and the ingredients is something you're looking for, it's a daily driver for sure. Caffeine is going to block the adenosine receptors in the heart and the brain, and it's going to allow more energy production within your body, more calcium ion release in the muscle contractions, and moving on to L-theanine at 200 milligrams. So L-theanine, this is an ingredient that spikes alpha brain waves. A lot of people don't do well with this. This also binds to the NMDA receptors, the N-methyl D-ascorbate receptors in the brain. And these receptors actually release glutamate, which is our excitability neurotransmitter. So it binds to those receptors and blocks the release of glutamate. So it slows down the excitability of the neurons and the brain function and the firing. It also increases GABA, which is another ingredient in the brain that is going to slow down neuron firing in the brain. So it dials you down with the alpha brain waves to a very relaxed, alert state for most people, and it just depends on how it hits you and chemically how you are structured. So you either like it or you just can't stand it. One thing is it slows down your visual reaction time to things that are not in your frontal vision. So distractions. That's why it's a good ingredient actually to take if you really want to focus and dial in straight ahead, because it slows down that reaction time to where your vision might turn to something else to be distracted. So it's another dialing down function as far as L-theanine does. And one other thing that this does is it's supposed to enhance dopamine. It's supposed to enhance brain-derived nootropic factor, nerve growth factor, and there are mixed studies that it actually enhances and increases serotonin. There's like half that say it does and half that say it doesn't. So enough said on that one. Don't want to go on and on. L-citrulline malate 2-to-1 ratio, 10 grams. Talk about a hitter there. So this is going to be a combination of L-citrulline for vasodilation, pumps, blood flow, ammonia regulation, more reps, more sets, more energy production because of the oxygen ATP production that's going to be processed from this. It's going to be about 6.5 grams of L-citrulline. The rest is going to be malic acid, which is used in the Krebs cycle in the mitochondria to produce ATP from the breakdown of ATP into ADP. So it helps ADP turn back into ATP to give you some firing in the gym. Then we got HMB. And it's a free amino acid at 3 grams. Now, HMB has the potential to increase muscle protein synthesis. It has the potential to decrease muscle protein breakdown. And the way it does this is it actually activates mTOR, which is going to help with the regulations of cell growth and cell death. And then it increases the activity of IGF-1, and it blocks 2 pathways that actually create muscle breakdown. And that is the ubiquitin proteasome system and the caspase pathway. So these two pathways are actually what initiates the breakdown of the muscle, and it blocks that. Now, there are no studies that say that it increases strength or it has increased lean muscle mass, but this is a great ingredient to throw into a pre-workout when you're trying to design something different that is going to possibly help you in your gains and your strength gains in the gym. Because even though the studies are limited, it doesn't mean this ingredient is not going to work for you in the long run. And being a daily driver pre-workout, this is something you can take 6-7 days a week. Then we have KSM66 ashwagandha at the 600 milligram mark to increase testosterone levels. It's an adaptogen, so it's going to help you with stressors in the gym and help you hopefully push a little harder and longer in the gym. Then we got alpha GPC 50% 500 milligrams. This is a neurotransmitter. I know they have it in the strength and power complex, but this is a neurotransmitter. There are some studies that have shown that it increases growth hormone. But those studies were done at 600 milligrams. I'm not trying to knock that 500 milligrams isn't going to do that, but those studies were done at 600 milligrams. It's a great ingredient because this is a choline source that turns into acetylcholine. Not only does it help with the cognitive function, focus, and neural firing in the brain, but it also helps with power in the gym and strength and endurance, because choline does that. It has a benefit for energy production. Then we have an endurance and performance blend of beta-alanine at 4 grams. This is for the itching, scratching, tingling. I'll let you guys know how this hits. This buffers hydrogen in the muscle so you can push through with more reps, more sets. Then we have betaine anhydrous at 3 grams. This is going to help with hydration on a cellular level. So it's going to help with endurance and power output and strength in the gym. This is also an osmolite and a methyl donor. For those that have watched my videos, I'm always trying not to say the same thing all the time. But this is going to help with a lot of processes on a cellular level in your body as far as health-wise and help you recover off of a pre-workout. So it's a good ingredient to have in a pre-workout. Then we have taurine. 1 gram. Now, taurine, I've always said this is one of my favorite ingredients. So this is an ingredient that the body produces, and one of its functions, 2 of its functions. One function is to regulate the hydration in the cell. So if it gets too low, it brings more hydration in. If it gets too high, it brings it down, just keeps it level. So I love taurine for that fact because it gives you more endurance and output in the gym. It also has some vasodilation benefits, GDA benefits as far as glucose management. So it's going to help the muscles absorb, the cells absorb glucose for more energy production in the gym. And this also is a precursor in the brain to GABA. So we're hitting GABA on 2 different levels here. We got the L-theanine, and then we have the taurine. Now, it's not a big hit with the taurine, but it is a precursor to GABA. So you're going to get a double hit on this, which is hopefully going to dial you down and dial you in. I'll let you guys know my experience on this. Then we have black pepper extract, 10 milligrams, and that's to bring it all together. Ingredient helps all the ingredients digest. So, ADONIS complex pre-workout. How did it do? So you first take the scoop. Beta-alanine comes in about 5 minutes. It's 4 grams. It's a quality hit. It's about a medium high, and it lasts for about 10 minutes, and then you feel it tapering down for about another 30 minutes. Energy and focus come in about 35 minutes. That's when they drop in. It slowly climbs to about that hour mark. So we'll talk about the energy first. The energy has a nice little backbone to it, physical backbone. So you don't want to just sit around. This isn't going to make you like dial down and just like want to study with the energy like a nootropic formula or something like that. This is going to actually give you that little backbone kick of wanting to move with this energy for about an hour, maybe a little bit longer. And what happens is because of the other aspects of the pre-workout, the fat mobilization, the beta-alanine, the betaine anhydrous, the cell hydration, as you start moving and training in the gym, you start building up your own energy production. So it's a nice little smooth little hitter as far as the energy. You can probably push this to about an hour and a half and with some nice energy and get a good training session out of it. And then it just dials off and you may still have some caffeine in you, but that stemmed hit is just kind of like a mellow hit. That's just kind of an underlying backbone. So it's not like anything that's crazy or anything like that. Now, L-theanine dials down your heart and your brain. So this energy kick is a laid back, relaxed type energy. So a very good bodybuilding style pre-workout. Someone who's going from sets, reps type training is like what I like to call it. You can do some supersets on it. You do have the energy to do it, but it's very dialed in and laid back. So this does a really good job with the L-theanine and the alpha GPC and the blood flow benefits to really dial you in and kind of puts blinders on you to where you are not distracted by visual things going on around you, to where you're just focused focus. Your mind is dialed down. Your thought process, you're really tuned into what you have to do. So nice little hitter all around. I'd say the focus is like a medium, between a medium and a medium high, the concentration and the focus on this. And the pumps on this thing, the pumps are pretty darn good. You don't need a pump formula. This is pretty much an all-in-one daily driver hitter for anybody. I think beginners can use this, no problem at all. Intermediate and advanced people, just depends on your preference on ingredients. So, ADONIS Complex, you did a good job. I enjoyed running this. Thanks for sending it my way. Once again, here's what it looks like. I'll put a link down below for you guys if you guys want to check it out. Other than that, I'm going to get going. You guys have a fantastic day. We'll see you next time on the channel.